Hey, what is up, everyone? Korin O'Keefe back with my homie Simple Star, aka Simple Moon, and we're bringing you Sonic the Hedgehog, specifically base form Sonic versus Rayman. Now, in this verse battle discussion, I'll be covering base form Sonic and his consistent scale, and go over some of his X factors and special abilities, etc., etc. And Simple Star is going to be going over the attack power, speed, and special abilities and X factors of Rayman as a whole. And then him and I are going to be breaking down who should take victory more often than not and give some reasoning. So without further ado, I'll start off with base Sonic. So starting off with attack power, right off the bat, we know for a fact base Sonic was able to defeat the Ifrit Golem. Now, the Ifrit Golem was powerful enough at this moment in time to burn down one of the worlds within the Arabian Nights reality. Now, these worlds are actually depicted as being their own universe, a universal plus feat. Now, this is Razor Dijin, who Sonic in his base form beat, along with the Ifrit Golem. Sonic beat both these badasses. Now, Eraser Dijin was actually verbatim confirmed that he was manipulating one of the worlds in the Arabian Nights reality, and he was attempting and threatening to destroy it. And yet Sonic once again beat both these dudes. So right off the bat, two universal speeds. We also know for a fact base Sonic survived the destruction of a space-time continuum when a suppressed time meter completely annihilated a space-time continuum. Base Sonic survived this. Now he can also fight people who can damage his durability, so that would obviously scale to his AP, and it's consistent with the other. We also get to Sonic Forces. He eventually, later on in Sonic Forces, this is the same Infinite who's empowered by the Phantom Ruby. Now, when he was empowered by this Phantom Ruby, he casually dominated base Sonic, and then base Sonic overcame his limits and broke through his shell. And once again, like I mentioned before, previously, he beat Infinite. So he essentially surpassed all of his previous feats that I just mentioned. Not to mention the fact Infinite in this game, while powered by the Phantom Ruby, casually created null space. Now, null space would be equal to subspace, which would be like a separate space-time continuum. It's also stated to have nothing inside of it. It's also described as being a prison that goes on forever. So right off the bat, you can clearly see consistent universal plus feats for base form Sonic. In terms of speed, we know for a fact inaccessible should be pretty consistent right off the bat because he was able to move in the white space within Sonic Generations. Now, this white space has no time or space, essentially. Now, to make this more consistent, we move on down the line to Sonic and the Arabian Nights. He was able to actually, in his base form, move inside of the Arabian Nights reality after freaking, Alpha Layla Walayla erased it and annihilated it. Base Sonic was still able to like think and like process thoughts inside of this void, this timeless void. And we also moved down the line to null space. He was able to run through null space on forces, which again has nothing, a separate world of nothingness, heavily implying no time and space. So right off the bat, we can easily imply inaccessible speed. Even if you want to lowball these speed feats, it would be infinite speed nonetheless. And there's actually an infinite speed feat as well in Sonic and the Arabian Nights, or Sonic and the Secret Rings. When Sonic crosses an infinite space within a finite time, there's actually an infinite space confirmed to be in a Razor Dijin stronghold. So yeah, you can clearly see anywhere from infinite to inaccessible speed. Now, I'm gonna let Simple move on down the line and talk about the AP for Rayman and his speed, and then we can go over some hacks and break down how this fight would probably go more often than not.
Alright, so I'm gonna go over Rayman. Rayman has consistent scaling to the rabbits who have been known to create their own universes inside of Rayman's TV. And these have been shown to be their own universes. Uh, Rayman has consistently been the rabbits over and over, like multiple times. Like even rabbits that are upgraded with like they're like muscular and stuff. Like amped rabbits still lose. So at least around the universal levels of AP. As for speed, Rayman was able to punch a teensy um to a different constellation. So that would easily at least be possibly faster than like the farthest constellation being the pig constellation.
Yeah, so right off the bat, we kind of pointed out they're both around the Universal Plus ranges in terms of AP. Now, I would say definitely Sonic has a pretty big speed advantage. Simple, would you agree?
Yeah, I would agree he has like a major speed advantage.
But that being said, I'm going to be honest. I don't think Sonic is going to start off blitzing Ray because here's the thing Sonic does like to take it easy on some of his opponents, and he is known to take it easy and hold back to a certain extent on a lot of his opponents and kind of play around with them and toy with them and kind of get the gist and the feel of things before he kind of amps it up to a decent degree. So, with that being said, I would say Sonic playing around, he'd look at Rayman kind of a goof at first. And Rayman's going to actually get a couple of tags in on him. I could see Rayman tagging him a couple times from him, like kind of slacking around and kind of, jerking around, you could say, and kind of, acting cocky. Rayman would kind of get a couple tags on him. Sonic would be like, wow, this dude can actually stagger me, somewhat hurt me. I better, take things seriously. So right off the bat, Sonic's going to amp things up. Here's where the blitz is going to start coming in. He's going to start doing his homing attacks. He's going to start like blitzing from the sides, the left and right, from behind. Rayman's going to, be able to withstand it for a little bit, but eventually those blitzes, followed up with that Uni Plus AP, Rayman's going to be feeling that very hard. And here's where things really start to look bad for Rayman. Now, at the beginning, there may be a couple of things. Ray have some special abilities. So if Sonic's acting kind of cocky, what are some abilities Rayman could pull out of his sleeve or out of his magical hat, you could say, and use against Sonic?
I mean, first you could use his like magical like monsters that he has in the recent games, which he could use like a degree of like invulnerability to like hold on, and he could use uh other protective like to protect himself and shield himself from like Sonic. And then for counter attacks, uh he mostly has like fists, like he can launch fists. These fists are like um equal to Rayman's own fist. Launch them, like just spam those. So yeah, those are some attacks that he could like lay with force that are similar to his own power.
Yeah, now I would say for like the force field and shield and stuff, sure, I would say at first that would kind of, keep a cocky Sonic and playing around Sonic at bay, and Sonic's going to run the blitz once again and come into play. We also know for a fact Sonic used time break, which is time manipulation. That definitely devastate somebody like Rayman. To my knowledge, Rayman doesn't have consistent resistance to time manip, or does he?
No, he doesn't.
All right. There's also that. Then there's also the fact Sonic Chaos Emeralds. It's actually a master at wielding chaos energy, chaos control. Now he can use this to BFR Rayman even inside of his force field, like you explained. He can BFR him outside of space and time. He can seal him into a separate dimension very casually. So would Rayman have any answers for that right off the bat?
No, not BMBFR either.
Yeah, or like sealed outside of space and time.
Yeah, also not that.
Yeah. Now, when it comes to hand-to-hand combat, has displayed straight up MMA fighting styles. He's displayed, karate, judo, wrestling. He even made his own fighting style as well. And he's also known to adapt on the fly, very good with the adaptation abilities, and very stronger during battle. Now,
Mhm.
it's unquantifiable. He could still easily edge out in AP over Rayman with this stat amplification, so to speak. So I would say if it comes down to close quarters combat, he'll definitely be able to finesse Rayman, unless you can really say Rayman would have any like skill or any like stat amp to really hold his own in this situation.
Rayman like um could like amp some of his like stuff. Um, but like he's more of a like a brawler. Like most of the things that he fights are like pirates and uh like monsters that are just like don't even think or strategize for anything. So like yeah.
Yeah. Whereas Sonic kind of embarrasses a master martial Knuckles, who's literally confirmed and shown to be a master martial artist as well. And Sonic calls him predictable and easy. So yeah, I think it's safe to say Sonic would easily take the skill quite casually over Rayman as well. So basically, when you break it down, at first Rayman could get a couple of good hits in, kind of stagger Sonic, maybe daze him a minute when Sonic's kind of playing around with Rayman. Then once Sonic amps it up, there's really nothing we could say that could defend Rayman, because the blitz, the overwhelming abilities that Sonic would have, and the skill advantage, and him being able to actually adapt to virtually everything Rayman can do. I think it's honestly safe to say Sonic in his base form would take victory over Rayman more often than not. What would you say?
Yeah, I would agree like his speed, um amps and his skill and abilities would just overwhelm Rayman. Like yeah, maybe at like the start with like Sonic being cocky, but like Sonic when he gets serious, he's just gonna like blitz him and like overwhelm him.
Yeah, there's just not a lot Rayman would be able to do at that point. Rayman doesn't have much to really take Sonic down ultimately. So yeah, I think we both agree overall, base Sonic would be taking the majority of the victories over Rayman, more than likely 7, 8 times out of 10 if we're being fair. So hope you enjoyed this video for what it was. Go sub to Simple Moon, sub to my main channel. Hope y'all have a blessed one. Peace.